And tonight on the Daily Wrap, Donald Trump is sticking to his guns when it comes to immigration as he prepares to head to the border. Hillary Clinton is tanking in 3 key swing states as voters say she's just not trustworthy. And is the most popular pope in history as popular as he once was? This is the Daily Wrap, live from New York City. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Rick Unger. Joe is off tonight, so my co-host for the evening is the lovely and talented Amy Holmes of the Blaze TV. Amy,
Thank
welcome.
you very much, Rick.
It's very nice to have you.
A pleasure.
We're going to have some fun.
I think we're going to mix it up.
And joining us, as always, she's America's pundit and a Philly attorney, Heather Hansen. Heather?
Good to be here.
You glad you're here?
Are
you sure?
We'll see you. I'll tell you at the end of the show.
Okay, and finally, online assistant editor for Commentary Magazine, Noah Rothman joins us. Noah, always look forward to Wednesday nights when I get to beat on you.
I always look forward to being beat on.
Okay, let's get right to the Daily Download. So more than a month after single-handedly putting immigration center stage in the 2016 debate, Donald Trump is headed for the border tomorrow. He'll meet with the border guard and hold a news conference.
He received deferments to avoid service in Vietnam. He breathes the free air thousands of heroes died protecting. And he couldn't have endured for 5 minutes what John McCain endured for 5.5 years.
So Trump will visit Laredo, Texas to tour the Mexican border and hear firsthand from local residents, police, and the Border Patrol agents. Amy.
Yes.
Obviously, Trump is making immigration his #1 issue.
He is.
Is there any chance the strategy actually pays off?
I think it is paying off. I mean, it's part of what has rocketed him to the front of the pack among GOP voters. That and, of course, his celebrity and what people are interpreting, I think wrongly, as his authenticity, his willingness to say it like it is. But, you know, I think going down to the border is very smart for Donald Trump to tour the border. You remember that President Obama got a lot of criticism during one of the summer crises of the children coming across the border for going to Texas, but not going down there to see firsthand. Donald Trump's going to be bringing cameras, reporters, and a lot of attention for himself and for the issue.
Guys, I heard him say today on television, I'm wondering if anybody can support this, that he was actually being honored when he gets there and that there'd be thousands of people there to honor him. Is that what's going on, or is he just going to the border?
I don't know that I heard that, and I would doubt that that's what's going on. What I thought was interesting to Amy's point is Senator Ted Cruz was also asked to go to the border, and he's not able to go because he has some important issues to vote upon. But I think it is important for someone to go there. I think that it would be interesting if other candidates took advantage of the opportunity or made the opportunity so that they too could be, listen, if immigration is going to be the issue, then other people should be making it the issue. There are one-issue voters out there, and this is a very big issue for a lot of Americans. So while Trump is bringing it to the forefront, others need to jump on that bandwagon.
No, that's actually kind of true. I mean, before there was a Donald Trump in this race, a lot of people were talking about immigration, a lot of candidates. Now they all seem to have backed away with it and ceded it to Trump. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's an interesting observation, I think, because Donald Trump is doing this as aggressively as he is being the most aggressive, most conservative on the issue of illegal immigration. He's creating a lot of space for the candidates who are a little bit more centrist, to use a term that's kind of relative in a GOP race, to move a little bit to the center. I think it's only objective to say that Rick Perry is benefiting politically from this. He's generating a lot of favorable headlines. He's not doing especially well in the polls, and he's presenting himself as the anti-Trump candidate. So it's to his benefit as well, politically.
Well, on the subject of Rick Perry, he was heard quipping today that he hoped Trump could find the border. Not bad, Rick.
He received deferments to avoid service in Vietnam. He breathes the free air thousands of heroes died protecting. And he couldn't have endured for 5 minutes what John McCain endured for 5.5 years.
So yesterday, Trump joked Governor Perry is now wearing glasses so people will think he's smart. I don't know how funny that was. Senator Marco Rubio used the occasion to take further aim at Trump, which he hit him with today.
I don't think that the way he's behaved over the last few weeks is either dignified or worthy of the office that he seeks. We already have a president now that has no class. I mean, we have a president now that does selfie stick videos, that invites YouTube stars there, people that eat cereal out of a bathtub.
Heather, this is a question for you because we've had conversations about the importance to you that our presidents are perceived as having class and dignity. Is this somebody who would bring class and dignity to the
office? No, absolutely not. No way. And but you've told me that to you that's not as important as other things. I do think that there's something to be said for acting presidential, even if you're not fake it till you make it, Donald. Yeah. But I don't think that that's what America's looking for right now. They're being entertained.
To be clear, I do think that class and dignity are important. I think we disagree somewhat on what that might mean.
What it looks like.
I'm not troubled, when a president goes on TV or a candidate and shows a different side of their personality, whether it's Richard Nixon saying "sock it to me," I'm laughing, or Bill Clinton playing the saxophone, or whatever.
Right.
Amy, does it trouble you?
The issue is when it points to temperament.
Right.
Does a lack of class and dignity suggest a poor temperament for Commander-in-Chief? I would say in the case of Donald Trump it does. And look what happened with his off-the-cuff John McCain remarks. By the way, I don't believe that Donald Trump believes that John McCain's a loser because he got himself caught. I think that he was, just opening his flapping his gums, opening his mouth. Someone needs to tell Donald Trump that the Hanoi Hilton was not in fact a hotel. But this has also stepped on his message, because that's all we've been talking about is debating his irresponsible and ugly remarks.
He doesn't care.
But that's your point. I mean, that's a great point that you made to presidential temperament. He said what he said in the moment because it felt good. It riled up the audience, and he was going with the moment. That's a lack of prudence that is just a disqualifier in a chief executive.
Right. Do we want Jesse Ventura with money in the White House? I don't think so.
Well, and it's a huge
embarrassment. That's the first time I've heard that comparison, but it's a good one.
Yeah,
Jesse Ventura.
He's a bully.
He likes
to wrestle. He likes to get in the mud.
Well, and it's the wrestling. I mean, it's the wrestling. It's all fake. It's all phony. Nothing is real, and yet people enjoy it and they laugh at it. But what does it say for us internationally? What are our allies or enemies thinking about this man who's coming forward and giving phone numbers away of senators? It's ridiculous.
Do we all feel that Donald Trump should be showing up at these speeches wearing a high school letter jacket? Because isn't that really, he's behaving like high school boys behave, no?
He is, and even his comeback with Rick Perry, I don't think is particularly clever. Oh, he's wearing glasses to make himself look smart. I'm wearing glasses because my eyeballs are dry today. That's why I'm wearing glasses.
I'm wearing them because I couldn't see you if I didn't.
Right, and we've discussed this too, that Donald Trump's knowledge of the issues is about this deep. I think when he's pressed in a debate, we're going to find out that he's not well prepared.
Well, so Mr. Trump was asked what we'd all probably think is a silly question: will he tone it down?
I have to be myself. Look, I've built a great company, a great empire. It's a phenomenal success. I can't change. I don't need, every time I say something, to hire a pollster like Bush, where Bush went out. It took him 5 days to tell whether or not Iraq was a good thing. He went out and polled the answer. I don't want to do that because that's not real.
And don't expect the Donald to be caught using a teleprompter.
I don't want to read teleprompters. Reading teleprompters would be much easier. I went to the Wharton School of Finance. I was a good student. Reading teleprompters is easy, but you don't learn about a person. I watch our president constantly reading teleprompters, and look what we got. We got a president that doesn't know what he's doing.
So, Noah, the one thing people who support Mr. Trump seem to like about him is that he doesn't self-edit. It's not going to change, is it?
No, it's not going to change. One thing there that was interesting is that he says, teleprompters are easy. That's somebody who's never read off a teleprompter. Reading off a teleprompter is actually quite difficult. It's something that you do for a living.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's a skill. But you had said something earlier that I thought was actually quite interesting, that this is all theater. And I think that actually speaks to something that's in the heart of a lot of conservative voters who really do genuinely believe that this is all a show, that there is nothing to American democracy, that the republic is a sham. And this feeds quite into that. It's not a harmless exercise that we're involved in. This is actually debasing the process of American electoral politics.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you, and I think the fact that he won't edit himself is what a lot of people like.
That's what they like.
That's what they want. He's not beholden to anyone.
That's exactly what seems to be working here. Now, to our audience, I got to say, if Donald Trump is your candidate, then you might want to go to newsmax.com/polls. That's newsmax.com/polls and cast your vote. Coming up, Hillary is tanking in key swing states. All right, which one of you can name the 3 states? Quickly.
Iowa, Virginia.
Very good. We just told you which ones, and we'll talk about them when we come back. Don't go anywhere. This is Newsmax TV.